Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm KeylowK and today we're going to be rating the Sweet Scientist. This build is created by Brother Gaming and Entertainment. As always, I'll be going over the pros and cons of this build and giving my opinions on it. If you don't know who Brother Gaming and Entertainment is, then I suggest you go check their channel out. They should come up on the screen right here. This content creator specializes in creating wacky Elden Ring builds. So if that sounds like your thing, then go drop by his channel and give him a sub, or just stop by and watch some of his content. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Keep in mind, with this video here, this build is for the early game, so I will be rating the build for that purpose only. This is something I'd love to implement in the channel. It's a game I came up with, but if you have a build that you would like me to rate, then chuck it in the comment section. It can be your own build or another content creator's build that you would like me to rate. If you want to know how I rate the builds I make content on, then it will be in the description section of this video. Also, I don't mean any ill intent or harm to these creators. I just thought this was a fun idea to bring to life. Anyways, let's get it. The armor this build has on is the Godric Knight armor set. The Godric Knight's helm is okay. I'm not really a fan of the plume on top, but that's just me. Wouldn't it look better without the mask? The armor brings back a lot of memories for me, as Godric's Knight armor was the first armor I used in my first playthrough, and it took me to the end game. It's also one of my favorites in the game, just for nostalgia reasons, but in my opinion, it would look better without the armor. Apart from that, everything matches well. The poise comes to 50, which is a good thing in Elden Ring. The weapons on this build are the Reduvia, which you get from defeating the Bloody Finger Nereus, however you want to say his name, outside of Murkwater Cave, and the Spiked Cestus, which you buy from the merchant in Purirua, outside of the isolated merchant shack side of Grace. With that being said, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 for drip. It only gets the score mainly for nostalgia reasons, but yeah. Anyways, on to the next one. Let's get it. The starting class for this build is the Bandit. This is an arcane build as well. Also, the Ash of War on the Reduvia is Reduvia Bloodblade, and on the Spiked Cestus is Lifesteal Fist. The talismans for this build are the Axe Talisman and Assassin's Crimson Dagger. There are no spells, seals, incantations, or physic for this build. The level for this early game build comes to 35, and all the stats will show up here. Anyway, that's enough for this part. Let's get into the content. I wanted to test out the gloves for this round, so this is what we got. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Dodge.
Knock your ass out. Don't you dare.
Easy. I think this troll got a bit glitched, but this was a good example of what the Reduvia could do in the early game, damage-wise, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is gonna hurt like a mother.
Ouch. Just spamming R1. Come on, you're almost dead. You're almost dead. Let's get it out of the... Oh, damn. Dodge. Easy. I started a new game on this playthrough, and it took me about 2 hours just to get all the stuff. This is also at level 32 at the moment. I know it's not level 35, but I thought, oh well, I'm getting all the stuff for this playthrough. I may as well show off some of the fights that are on the way to getting level 35. Also, I wanted to test out the gloves a bit more. Anyways, come on. Come on. Yeah, you can't get me. Out of here. That was lucky. Almost a trade.
Bruh.
Dodge. Come on. I tried to go for a backstab there. I was unfortunate, but... Anyways, GG's. I fought this guy quite a few times just to try see what the best method is to beat him with this build, and all honesty it was to two-hand the Reduvia. It did take a few tries, not gonna lie, but I actually had a lot of fun doing this. Come on. Bloodblade. Yeah. You can't get me. Damn. Got hit. Bloodblade. Dodge. R1 combo. Come on. Bloodblade. Dodge. Dodge. I got hit. I seem to get hit all the time with that. I dodge into him. R1 combo. The bleed effect on the Reduvia is so good, it helps out a lot. Nice, nice, nice. This is just what I was waiting for. Bloodblade. Dodge. You can only get 1 or 2 attacks in, and then you have to get out of there. Bloodblade. Bloodblade. Dodge. Dodge. Damn. Come on. Come on. I hate that move. It's so deceptive. One. Oh, nice. Got the bleed effect again. He's almost dead. Come on, let's go. Let's go. 1, 2. Nice. Let's go, let's go. Almost there, almost there. Bro, I almost got hit there. Damn. How much? Yeah, we got 1 more. Bloodblade. Damn. I can't die here.
Публика в состоянии полного шока.
It's a knockout. Not gonna lie, I had more fun using the spiked Cestus Fist than I did with the Reduvia on this build, but that's just my opinion anyways. The spiked Cestus Fist has more of a chance to stagger an enemy over the Reduvia with R2 and jump R2, but you'd want to change to the Reduvia and do the crit as it gets the most damage out of both weapons. Lifesteal Fist is a great Asher War for the beginning. You can grab an enemy while their shield is up and it still lands the hit. It's basically a grab. Brother Gaming mentions this in his video, but I thought I'd mention it here as well. The best way to fight bosses with this build is to two-hand the Reduvia to get the maximum damage and potential out of this build. Now here's the cons for this build. Sometimes when you're using the gloves, you will attack the enemy and it completely misses, but you're hitting the enemy. I think it could be something to do with the hitbox of the enemies, so I don't know, but it happened to me once or twice while playing this build. The range on the gloves and Reduvia is not the best, but the Ash of War on the Reduvia makes up for that. So for PvE, I'm giving this a 6 out of 10 for the early game. On to the next one. Let's get it! Not gonna lie, it took a really long time to find a battle for the PvP section. I tried at Limgrave Coliseum and I waited 45 minutes and I still got nothing. I tried to invade someone and I still got nothing. I tried going around to the first step with Feral Calling Finger. I went around to just other places. I still couldn't find nothing. It's really sad for the OCE region, but the build is level 35 as well, so that could have played a role to not getting any battles, in my opinion. This was all I could get for footage. This build was made for PvE in mind. Anyways, hopefully you enjoy. Sweet emote. Just waiting for him to attack. Try to bait him. Almost got him. There we go. Running R2 is pretty good. The range is just a bit too short. And GG's. Emote again. I just dodged it. What happened there? I was waiting for him to roll. R1, R1, and GG's. Hey! Not gonna lie, I did die twice to this guy, but I thought I'd show this one. This is all the games that I got. It was so hard finding any kind of PvP, but we eventually got there in the end. This guy just had a better build in my opinion. Look at that. That was a bad move from me. The range was just a bit short there. And GG's. The Redovia will probably be your go-to weapon on this build for PvP, but this is through my experience. The bleed effect in the early game on the Redovia is OP. It did not take long for the bleed effect to kick in, and it was GG's for one opponent. The running R1 and R1 will be your go-to attacks for the gloves, while on the Redovia you'll use the Ash of War, running R2 and R1. Now for the cons of this build, the range on the weapons is short, but you can still beat your opponents with good movement and spacing. Apart from that, this build is pretty good for the early game PvP. With that being said, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 for PvP in the early game. The Redovia and its bleed effect are just OP for this build. It would probably get higher if it wasn't for the range on this build, but anyways, we're going to go on to the outro. So let's go over the scoring board to get the final score for this build. For drip, I gave this a 7 out of 10. For PvE, I gave this a 6 out of 10. And for PvP, I gave this a 7 out of 10. That gives an overall score of 20 out of 30. Just remember, this build here is only rated for Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, and Stormvale Castle. Anyways, this build is a really solid build for the early game. It has an overpowered bleed effect. The Cestus gloves is the better weapon for breaking poise, but the weapon that gives the most damage will be the Redovia. I personally did have more fun with the gloves on this build rather than the Redovia, but that's just me. Would I play this build again for PvE and PvP? Yeah, I definitely would. It really is a fun build. Anyways, if you like the content, then like, subscribe, and share it around with your friends as well. Anyways, everyone have a blessed day or night, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!